Okay, welcome back to chapter 3 of How to Lose Weight and Keep It Off Forever by Reprogramming Your Mind. And in this chapter, we're going to talk about thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Because thoughts, emotions, beliefs are the important things that you need to know in order to reprogram your mind and understand how your mind was programmed to begin with and how to rewrite those programs that's not beneficial to you. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to concentrate on is to understand thoughts. See, your thoughts are the most important thing when it comes to program your mind and reprogram your mind, because your thoughts are. Did you know that you have between 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts every day? When I first learned that, I thought that was amazing. 60 to 80,000 thoughts each and every day, which comes down to about 2,500 thoughts per hour. And the sad part about it is most of those thoughts are negative. And we're not even conscious of having these thoughts. They're subconscious things that happen. The good thing is you can only have one thought at a time, but the bad part is most of us aren't even aware of the thoughts that we have. We're not even aware of it. This is going to be your assignment. And I'm going to give it to you in the beginning, I'm going to give it to you at the end. But your assignment is to be aware of be conscious of your thoughts. Be conscious of everything, every single thought that you have. Start being aware. Become conscious of every thought that you have, because that's the only way to realize what's being programmed into your subconscious mind. Because your thoughts are things that programs your subconscious mind. When you have thoughts, and these thoughts that are backed by beliefs and by emotions, they're stored, especially if they're repetitious thoughts that you have repeatedly, repetitive thoughts. They're stored into your subconscious mind. So, for example, if you were growing up and you had a parent or somebody who, when they got mad at you, they said stuff like, "You will never amount to anything," and they said this repeatedly. Though, if you don't counter attack those thoughts, you'll grow up with the belief that you will never amount to anything, because that's what's programmed into your subconscious mind. It's a thought that somebody put there and they repeated it enough that it became programmed. Because like I said, your subconscious mind hears everything, sees everything, every type of all of your senses, whatever comes through to your body through your senses, your subconscious mind holds on to that. And when it's something that's repeated repetitively, and usually when somebody says it to you, it makes you feel bad. So you have a bad emotion attached to that thought. And because you have an emotion attached to it, it gets stored into your subconscious mind as a fact. That is the truth. You'll never amount to anything. So your subconscious mind will do everything in its power to make sure that you never amount to anything, because that's its job. It's crazy, right? But that's how it works. Whatever you repeatedly hear or believe and is backed by emotions, it gets stored in your subconscious mind as a fact, and your subconscious mind will do everything in its power to make sure that that thing comes to pass in your life. Now, your parent really didn't mean that they wanted you to never amount to anything. They were just mad. And a lot of times parents act like coaches. You ever see coaches on the field? Like, the coach will be tearing down the kid, like, you ain't gonna do this, because they think that by doing that, they'll get out the competitive edge in the athlete, and the athlete will want to excel what they're telling them to do. And a lot of times it does work that way, because now they're old enough where the conscious mind kicks in. See, when you're first born, between the ages 0 and 7, you don't have a conscious mind. You only have a subconscious mind. So whatever is programmed into that subconscious mind is what you believe. So let's say if you're 5 years old and you start in school, and your teacher, let's say you're high strung and your teacher don't like that because she find it disruptive. Instead of doing something to help program you in a positive way, the teacher may isolate you from the kids and make you sit over on the side by yourself. They may tell you that you're being bad. They may give you a frowny face, put a big frowny face on your paper, and they keep reiterating this fact that you're bad and you're out of control. And so you take it as fact, because here it is, this figure, this authoritative figure is telling me that I'm bad and I'm out of control, and therefore I must be. So you'll generally spend the rest of your life or the rest of your school life, in detention, isolated, because your subconscious mind took this thing as to be a fact. And so it is going to make sure that you do everything that would make sure that you stay in that type of position. That's why it's really important what you say to your children. It really is. Parents should be taught this, and teachers should be taught this, because they're very vulnerable, and they take the information that is taught to them and they feel emotional by it, because that's an emotional thing. If the teacher take you, they have these things now where they take you and put you in this a doorknobless room, and they kind of like, it's like a jail. They put you in this jail, and that's very emotional. Like that, the kid will be upset about it. So, and then they do this repeatedly. All they're doing is reinforcing the fact that this child should stay this way. It's going to stay this way because they're programming their subconscious mind to be that way. Whenever you have emotions about something, and eventually those emotions will turn into a belief. And if you have this, and you'll have these thoughts that's repeated, there's emotions that's repeated, your subconscious mind will take this stuff as fact, and it will do everything in its power to bring more of that into your life. So you have to understand that anything backed with any kind of thought that you have that's backed by emotion, it will be stored in your subconscious mind. Now, if it's not backed by an emotion, it won't be stored. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you know how to play basketball really well. You're a really good basketball player, and you love the game. So all your life you get out on your own, you practice it, you spend your time playing basketball on your free time, and you're good at it. You're excellent at it. So you go out on the field, you go out on the court, and every time you go on the court, you succeed, you win, you score, you do whatever they do in basketball. I don't know, I'm just using this as an example, but you're really good at it. And let's say one day your mom or your significant other or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever, say to you, "Oh, you don't look like you're feeling well today. I know you have a game. I sure hope that you're able to play well, because if you're not feeling well, you might not play well." Now, at that particular moment, all heaven and hell is waiting for you to make a decision. So you can say two things. You can accept what they say as the truth, and you can say, "Oh my goodness, I don't feel very well. I probably won't play well today. Oh my goodness, I probably won't play good to this. I'm probably going to lose. I'm probably going to," and you get yourself worked up. See, your subconscious mind is already programmed to believe that you're good at what you're doing. But now you're feeding it new information, and you're feeding this new information back by emotions. And so your subconscious mind will say, "Well, hey, guess they're telling us that we're supposed to perform badly today. So when it's time for you to play a game, you will perform badly. You'll start doing little things awkwardly. You might not score as much as you used to score. You might start fumbling or whatever they do, dribbling and doing it wrong, and you have a bad game. And you had a bad game because you fed some new information to your subconscious mind, and you told your subconscious mind that, hey, see, consciously you had these thoughts, and you fed it to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind said, hey, today is going to be a bad day, so we got to make sure that today is a bad day. That's how it works. But let's say that this person said this to you, "Oh, you look bad, you're going to have a bad day." And you said, "Please, I don't care how bad I feel. I always got my A game. There's no way I could not be good at what I'm doing." See, what you did was you reinforced what your subconscious mind already believes, that you're a good basketball player, that you're going to have a good game. So that day you'll have just as good game as all the other days, because you haven't fed in any kind of new information. That's the way the subconscious mind works. It goes by what's been fed into it and what it believes and what it's been programmed to believe for a long time. But if it gets new information, depending on how you back that information up with these emotions, then it can change the programming from what it had already been programmed to do into a new programming. And that's what we want to do. We want to change the old eating habits, the old weight loss habits that we have, the weight loss level. We know to eat right and exercise, but we have been programmed to think that we're always overweight. We get hungry. or we get we hate exercising, we hate dieting, we love sweets, we hate healthy food, don't like healthy food at all. See, this is stuff that's programmed in our mind. So when we try to change our lifestyle, we go right back to the old lifestyle because that's what we've been programmed to do. We get this information and you don't have it backed by emotions. You just know that on this diet, this is what I'm supposed to eat. They gave me a certain points and I'm supposed to eat these certain amount of points. Or they gave me this recipe and I'm supposed to eat this recipe. I don't like this food, but I'm gonna eat it because I'm gonna lose this weight. And so you'll lose the weight because you're doing what they program you to do, but you're not changing your inner program. Your inner program is still telling you when I get upset, I eat a gallon of ice cream. Your inner program is telling you, although I'm eating this food, I don't like it, I hate this food. As soon as I'm off this diet, I'm going back to the food that I like. Your inner program is telling you, I hate to exercise. I got to exercise to be on this, to do this thing, lose this weight, but I don't feel like it. And then every day when you stop doing it, you don't go back to doing any kind of exercise because you programmed to hate it and you programmed not to like it. So we're going to learn how to start reprogramming that information that's stored in your subconscious mind so that you can start loving to exercise, so you can start loving to eat healthy food, so you can start loving to stay awake, so you can stay thin, so you can start hating to eat ice. You know other ways to deal with emotions other than eating ice cream, eating a gallon of ice cream. So you have other ways of doing it. And that's what we're going to have to do. We got to reprogram, get rid of all that old programming that's already in there that tells us that this is the way this is how much we're supposed to weigh, this is how much we supposed to this is how we're supposed to look, and this is how we're supposed to feel. We're going to eliminate all of that and replace it with a program that's beneficial to us, that'll help us lose weight and keep it off forever. So we're going to go on to the next chapter, and the next chapter that we're going to talk about is going to talk about habits. So I'm going to explain a little bit about habits and how habits play an important part to your life. Okay, so see you at the next chapter. Bye-bye.